Shalom. First thing and foremost, I'm going to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone and rule well. Blessings and salutations to the whole elect. Knows in this gospel, brother, lifting up the standard of Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. This is another lesson through the Spirit. It says mass layoffs are destroying lives in 2025. As they were talking about the big R word that the Americans so much despise, which is known as the Great Recession. As we've been in recession since 2008, we're more like in a fucking depression. Okay, they like to throw that word recession out very loosely to hide the fact that America is going down economically, especially with these Trump tariff and trade wars that they're losing to China. This dude Trump talking about putting 245% of imported goods from China, which China ain't got to deal with America, man, because they have other partners, and on top of that, they're part of the BRICS alliance. So you ain't doing nothing but doing your own country a disservice, which, you know, hey, it is what it is, you know, the quicker the better, right? But basically, this is a group of women on here. It's men too, but mainly you damn women, because we know that the woman is the one that's the weaker vessel. So therefore, you know, she's been affected the most by these layoffs. You proud, independent women, I don't need no man type bitches are now feeling the squeeze, man. And this is why a lot of you are hunting for men now. All right. And it's a beautiful thing, because we told you through the Spirit that the Lord is going to strip you and make you bare. So, hey, brothers, get ready for women to start trying to throw themselves at you. And, hey, them OnlyFans subscriptions, they going to get ready to have to cut that shit in half, because every woman and their mama and their daughters are getting ready to go on the stroll. Meaning that they're getting ready to openly display their whoredom. A lot of these women you see, they got OnlyFans, man. They be on back pages or whatever that shit is called, and they selling the vajayjay. And a lot of them do. A lot of married up women do. But now, since the markets are tanking and, you know, everything is oversaturated and everything is pretty congested, there's no place in the workforce for women, because most of them don't have skills. So therefore, fucking YN niggas up here, man. What the fuck y'all doing up here? But anyway, yeah, so they don't have no skills, because the average woman in our teens to our early 20s is dropping out of fucking college or not going to college to pursue being a career woman. You know, I mean, dropping out of college to pursue an OnlyFans a business, man, or a so-called entrepreneurship business. And usually when women say that they're entrepreneurs, they're talking about because they sell the box, they sell pussy. I mean, that's just really what it is. I mean, I don't care how pretty they make it seem. And some of them may legitimately have business, but a great deal of them is selling pussy, man. All right, and I know that for a fact. So, hey, brothers, be prepared, man. They feeling it. But anyway, I'm gonna play this video. I'm on the road driving, so I'm gonna play majority of the video and get a couple of precepts. So here we go.
This is actually the first time I've ever been laid off.
Job just fired me.
I was just laid off. This is actually the first time I've ever been laid off.
Job just fired me.
Job just fired me.
Say bye to your health insurance.
I just got laid off. April 8th, 2025.
I just got laid off.
This is my second layoff.
So we've just got so much to talk about the job market. Are we going into a recession? Are we going to see millions of more jobs? And I didn't have to search very much at all to find tons of videos of people sharing their stories of being laid off in this economy. It's getting bad out there. It's getting really bad. Let's get into it.
No idea that was coming. No exaggeration. I literally had no idea. I thought it was my boss a meeting, and I was going to give my boss a recommendation, and then he decided to say, we're not moving forward with you for employment. What? I'm upset. I'm angry. I'm disappointed.
And they hurt because these bitches ain't got no men, because they traded in their men for a fucking career. All right, and a lot of them ain't got skills, so this is why they become content creators, bloggers, man. All the way. This is the average person's job now, uploading stupid videos on social media, hoping they can get paid for it. And of course, a bunch of suckers out there is gonna bite the bait that they're throwing out there and finance their lifestyle, because hey, she ain't got no skills, man. Okay, the bitch barely wants to cook and clean, She don't want to fucking be a homemaker. She don't want to take care of the kids, you know. But they want to make money because they want to. Basically, these women, they secretly envy men, and this is what it's all about. But you can see the depression on their face. They're losing, and you know what? It's good because it's time for you women to sit down and shut your damn mouths and take a back seat, all right, and get back in your fucking place. And that's just what it is, all right. So hey, like I said, brothers, man, be prepared. Hey, they getting ready to flood the whole market. Is getting ready to be oversaturated, man. You know, it's getting ready to be. They finna flood the OnlyFans market, the content, the porn. Hey, they finna get ready to be throwing this box, and they gonna have to go down for a lot cheaper because hey, if you got 10 or more basic bitches that wear the same hair weave and eyelashes, they can't get a nigga for $300 no more, man, because the next bitch is selling it, and they can't go up higher because men ain't gonna want to spend the money with it. So they gonna have to come back down to the average price or the bright price, which is $30, $40 a pop, because that's how much they really are worth anyway. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just being real with you. The average woman, you know, she's selling OnlyFans or whatever, she's only worth 30, 40, 50 bucks, you know. Maybe buy a bottle of brown liquor, some shit, you know what I'm saying? Go get some food and, you know, and do what you gotta do. And people, guys, it shouldn't be no more than 40, 50 bucks to trick out for the hoe, man. Especially not these women. So here we go.
I'm confused. Here's the thing about getting laid off in America or getting your job taken from you, like in any moment, right? Not only is the main source of income just completely stripped from you. Say bye to your health insurance. Say bye to your dental. You know what's so funny to me is when we leave a job, we are courteous enough to and almost forced to believe that we have to do the 2 weeks notice. Let me give them 2 weeks notice. These employers are able to be like, no, this is actually your last minute on the job. And as soon as you hang up this Zoom call, you thought was just going to be like a friendly little meeting, but we're actually we're going to lock you out of your email. We're going to lock you out of all of your accounts. So those abandonment issues you have, trigger. You can't say your coworkers, trigger.
And she talks entirely too goddamn much, man. And this is what I'm talking about. Like, nobody wants to hear this shit. See, if you did what you were supposed to do and kept a man instead of trying to be better than men, you wouldn't have this problem. But nonetheless, this is across the board in Babylon, man. Okay, and watch these women, bros. They got some shit up their sleeves, man. These women that's being all, you know, pushy and trying to brush up on you all. You know, they got a term what it's called you're coming on too strong. Hey, this is how they coming. Especially Keisha, man, they're coming on. And, you know, you just got to really vet them and like what your true motives are. And if they get offended by that, then that lets you know right there that it wasn't right. And that's when it's time to cut the bitch off. All right. But let me get a preset real quick. I don't want to continue to rant so much, but this is what's happening in the world. Even men are feeling the squeeze, but it's mainly women because, like I said, they have no skills and they was not taught to be wives. So therefore, they've been tricked into this career woman shit, and to the point they have no skills. And now they're pretty much through, you know. Independent women, when they was not so independent at all, and they find out that they never was independent, but instead the curriculum that they adhered to was actually set up by men to set them up for failure. So they don't have skills. All right, so this is the book of 2 Esdras 8 and 50. It says, for many great misery should be done to them that in a lot of times should dwell in the world because they walk with great pride. Yeah, and these people are proud as all hell. All right, like I'm on the road right now, and literally you got a tariff war going on between America and pretty much the whole world, mainly China, and yet prices are going up, and these people are steady going to work. They're going to work, like they're steady going to work because they think that things are going to get better. Well, no, man. Okay, you should have been overthrown this place. You should have been pissed off at these politicians or whoever the hell you want to call them for making you work hard and taking from you, man. Okay, you people are stupid and everybody's saying it like the Chinese do. He said, look, man, you Americans need to have a revolution. For real. Like, what the fuck are you doing? You working for corporations that's taking your money, giving it to foreign countries, and yet you're taxed to death, and all your manufacturing have been taken away and outsourced for cheap labor. And they showed that, man, with the whole Gucci and the Louis Vuitton. Everybody knows, everybody that has some type of understanding on how outsourcing works, you should have known that it costs $1 to make a Louis Vuitton belt. But they would go and they would send it to, like, you know, Geneva or Italy somewhere to put a stamp on it, spray some leather spray on that bitch, put it in a box and ship it to America, and you paying fucking $2,000 for a fucking Gucci belt, man, that it took them $1 or cost $1 for them to make. You know? Now, it's the same thing with gym shoes. Hell, it takes literally $1 or $2 to make some Jordans, right? But they will come over here and you will end up paying $200 for some mics, man. You know? But literally, it take them less than $5 to make a goddamn gym shoe. Because all the shit is made over in China, believe it or not, man. Okay? You just got certain facilities or certain knockoffs that use a little cheaper quality, but at the end of the day, all the shit is really cheap. You know? So yeah, it's not looking too good for Babylon, all right?
This wasn't my dream job by any way, shape, or form. To be honest with you, it was honestly, it didn't align at all. But in this economy.
Yeah, go ahead and start selling them foot videos, baby. That's what you do. That's why you put the little feet up there. You know what you getting ready to do. And niggas are buying that shit. Like, how the hell do a bitch make $1 million+ off selling feet pics and videos, man? Like, I get it. I understand that men have their attraction to certain things, you know, which, okay, it is what it is, but they getting over on you men because you have no fucking charisma. You don't need no charisma to talk to these women. Okay, you shouldn't be paying no $100 for a bitch to sit up there and show her feet in the camera. Like, I'll be goddamn if I pay that, man. You know, like I said, if I pay for some feet or whatever, I'm getting a whole goddamn woman. If I'm paying $100+ for her, then hey, she got to give me everything on her body, including the mouth. And I'm just being real with you, man, because only a desperate simp will go out their way and make these hoes rich off selling feet and ass pics, man. And half the women, they're not even into that type shit, but they know you stupid niggas out there, you simps, will buy and pay for the shit. Therefore, they capitalize off your stupid ass, man. And then you get mad, and then you want to curse the bitch out because she used you. Well, you allow her to use you, man. It never fails when you go on them like forums and shit like that, and you go like on social media, and there's marketing their bodies or whatever. It be some titties, or she could just be marketing clothing or something like that, and you got these simps putting emojis and hey baby you so fine, but yet you never get a reply. But the other woman gets a reply because they are told not to respond to you niggas but take your money. And this is why you simps gotta die, man. All right, because you done totally fucked up the game. You know? Verses 51, it says, but understand thou for thyself and seek out glory for such as be like thee. So hey man, we're happy. I pray that Trump do continue to trade war. Hey, because Trump is a dumbass, man. Okay, he's totally destroying the country. Because if you think that he's going to bring manufacturing back to America, you out your damn mind, man. And if they do bring back manufacturing, they're not going to pay you Americans $50-$60 to screw in motor mounts into a motor. They're not going to pay you to do that. So what they're going to do, they're going to probably opt it out to AI. You know, they got something which is called autonomy, right? Autonomous, like the whole port shut down maybe a couple months ago in October because they didn't want the autonomous docks, so to speak, you know, with the AI controlled shit, because they felt like it was taking away the job. So people was pretty much protesting it. Well, that's the same thing they may do here. If they decide to bring jobs back or manufacturing back to America, instead of paying you $80 an hour to work in a sweat booth, they'll just give it to AI, man. They'll be like, look, we'll put more money into this AI shit before we pay any of you low IQ people that amount of money, because this is what they think. Okay, like the elites, they said they want a nation full of workers and not thinkers. And American, you're nothing but workers, man. Okay, you ain't nothing but a worker with gold polish on. That's all you are.
I'm in like a very transitional phase of life right now, so that was at least like a pillar of stability that was had.
So she nailed pretty much every point that I was going to say. Health insurance, dental, we pretty much are slaves to our insurance. We have to have health insurance for our family, we have to have dental, and we have to have some type of security in where are we going to eat tomorrow, what are we going to do, what's our identity. And I think a lot of this generation, or this society right now, is going through an identity crisis. Like, I'm no longer working at this place, I poured my heart and soul What do you think? Comments down below. We learn from the comments. Everybody should be going through the same situation. So comments.
And this dude pandering, man. He ain't telling like it is. These women deserve exactly what the fuck they got coming, man. Because, hey, they've been proud. So good for these hoes, man. Good for them.
I was just laid off. This is actually the
Stupid bitch. That's what happens when you say you don't need a man. Now you depressed. All that fucking serving you did for your goddamn Edomite boss, you could have been putting it to a man that was willing to take care of your dumb ass. But now look at you hoes, man. Mad and sad and don't nobody want you. And if a man do deal with you, they just trying to get what's between your legs, man. And you can't blame them for that.
first time I've ever been laid off. I don't really know what to even do or how to process anything. I just dropped off my laptop. It sucks the most because I seriously was only at this company for 2 months. I literally got this job in October and loved every single second of it. Unfortunately, the company was acquired and a lot of us were let go. Nothing you can do about it, but it sucks. I have no idea what I want to do. I don't know if I want to even keep working for a company or
And she said that because she ain't got nothing to do. She has no skills, man. They go to school and put all their money into these colleges to get a degree, you know what I'm saying? And then when that shit falls through, now they're back to square one. $80,000 to get a fucking degree that your ass might not even use. And the crazy part about it is that you ain't even learn nothing. But you learn how to put in a couple of keyboard inputs and how to program PayPal or some shit. But other than that, they ain't, man, yeah, right. You women are through, man. And you know what? So the fuck what? So this is the book of Ecclesiastes 12:1. It says, remember now the Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. So the Lord compels us to seek him early because he wants us to seek him in our strength and our youth. Because that way you have that tenacity and that vigor about you. You know? You're not all wore out. You know, like Sister Mabel, she'll be a whore her whole life. And then all of a sudden, you know, she'd have I found Jesus moment. And then by the time she's 7 years old, she wants to convert over to Christianity. So no, the Lord ain't looking for that, man. The Lord ain't looking for armed service. And that's what a lot of people do when they hit the brick wall. Then all of a sudden it's time to go to church and seek the Lord. Seek the Lord. You know, and Most High is not dealing with that. That's folly, right? And it says here, while the sun, the light, or the moon, or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain. Oh, man, I hope. Oh, okay, kind. It says, while or the moon or the stars be not darkened, or the clouds return after the rain. It says, in the days when the keepers of the house should tremble, and the strong men should bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened. That's the optimists, man. People are not optimistic anymore. Okay, they're losing hope in this Trump dude. Everybody's mad at Trump because they thought he was going to come and get egg prices down day one. And in fact, eggs may go up another 40% before the year is over with. So you may be paying roughly $20+ for eggs now. And people are mad as all hell, man, because they voted for this guy hoping that he was going to undo what Biden did. But he did exactly the opposite. And it says, and the doors should be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low. He should rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music should be brought low. This economy is falling, man. Okay, the music is trash. It's to the point AI is making music now that sounds better than the original shit. And it says, also when they should be afraid of that which is high, and fear should be in the way, and the flourish, and the grasshopper should be a burden, and desire shall fail. Yeah, people, you heard what she just said. She said, I don't even know what I want to do anymore. Okay, the earth mourned and languished. But it says, because men go to his long home, and the mourners go about the streets, man. Okay, and these women are getting ready to mourn, so they getting ready to be on that corner. Okay, they getting ready to put it out there. That's why when you go on some of these apps, when these women, man, they put their Snapchat or whatever, where they put a $sign. Basically, she's telling you she's a hoe. You know, she just wants you to know how to approach her. But that's just what it is. And when you go into that word mourner, it goes into sapad, which means to wail, to lament, to be lamented, to be well. Okay, and we're seeing that happening as a collective here in Babylon because, hey, the Lord said that he was going to the haughty on high. Matter of fact, Lord said he was going to bring low the terrible or the haughty. Okay, Proverbs 18:12, it says, destruction of the heart of man is haughty, and before honor is humility. Okay. Proverbs 16:18, pride goeth before destruction, and a haughty spirit before falls. Right. Isaiah 10:33, it says, behold, the Lord of hosts shall lop the bow of terror, and the high ones of statue shall be hewn down, and the haughty shall be humbled. And these women, they are on high right now. Okay, they're totally on that high horse, man, and they're getting kicked off that shit. So call Allah Yahweh Shimi Hawashai, man. All right.
Or what? I got my real estate license back in early October. I'm like, maybe I should just pursue that. But I also really...
Recession, job losses, acquisitions, businesses being transitioned. She pretty much nailed the ones that we're going to see. A recession means 1 million, 2 million job losses. A depression, we don't want to talk about that. So we're really starting to see people lose their jobs from businesses just laying off, trimming. It's their excuse to trim. And in a lot of these situations, remember in 2008, 2009, 11, 12, 13, 14, big corporations use that as a chance to get rid of the high-level employees, to trim the fat, the old-timers. And they realize that they can do a lot of these jobs for half the price with a younger person, and they transitioned the business, and they just blamed it on the recession, the housing crisis, the downturn, and that's what we're seeing right now. We're seeing a lot of these layoffs just because they're able to, and then they're going to transition into AI.
Yep, and that's what I was saying, man. You look at the comments, these people are fucking afraid. They're worried because they put all their faith in this system. They put all their faith in this God. The scriptures say don't trust ye not in an uncertain guide, man. You know, they put their faith in this wicked ass system. So this is the book of Isaiah 30, and Jake did too. Jake do too. Isaiah 30, and I'm gonna start at verses 2. It says that walk down into Egypt, that have not asked of my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. That's what they did. It says, therefore should the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion. So these people are really in a deplorable state, especially Jake, man. You know, so you people are through. We already see it coming, and you know what? It is what it is. Isaiah 32:9, it says, rise up, ye women that are at ease, and hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear to my speech. It says, many days in a year you should be troubled, you careless women. So you getting ready to start flinging that box, man. You getting ready to be out and open with it now. As you wasn't like you wasn't the first time. But hey, all them high ass prices you women like to charge for used box, that's probably disease ridden. You're gonna have to come off that shit. Like, it's to the point y'all gonna be just giving it out for a piece of bread. Because like I said, it's not worth as much as y'all trying to make it seem. It's really not worth that much. I'd be damned if I spent $500 with a fucking hood rat. You know, that's some high dollar shit right there. You know, and with men are sex deprived, they do it. And this is why the women get away with it. But it reads, it says, many days in the year shall you be troubled, you careless women, for the venture shall fail and the gathering shall not come. And tremble, ye women that are at ease, and be troubled, ye careless ones, strip you and make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins, and you are being made bare. It says they shall lament for the teats and for the pleasant fields and the fruitful vines. And this is what we're seeing. Okay? So with that, all praises and glory and honor that is due to Yahweh Bashim Hawashai. Lord's will you will edify into the next
and
lesson.
Those type of environments. And all these new factories that are going to be coming back to the United States, if that's what happens, it's going to be AI driven. They're going to be new factories. They're going to be high-tech factories. Everything to do from lawyers to machinists to welders to warehouse workers. They're all, if they can be automated, it's going to happen. We're going into a new work sector to where if they can replace you, they're going to. And that's sad.
Job just fired me. I went in today all nicely dressed like I am, and you know, they sat me down and told me they were letting me go. After 6 years at this company, I am no longer there. And you know what? I'm not even upset. Is that bad? Is that bad not to feel upset about the situation? Like, I've been getting questions from family, and they're like, how do you feel? And my response to them has literally been, I feel free. The reason, before y'all even get, you know, to thinking that it was because of something that I posted on here, it was not. It was because of budget cuts, and not only was I let go, but others were too. So yeah, that was still surprising to me. I mean, I immediately asked in my, I guess, exit, just want to make sure that this is not about performance, and they clarified this is not about your performance. This is solely based on, you know, us not getting the grants and these things that we thought we were getting, and us having to cut back. And so I had to write it all down as they were talking, because I had to make sure.
She's going to do great in something